BBC News at 5 o'clock. Good morning, this is Charles Carroll. Sir Keir Starmer is to hold talks with the leaders of France and Germany this afternoon at the annual Munich Security Conference, bringing together about 50 world leaders. They're expected to discuss European defence and relations with the United States at a time when President Trump's commitment to NATO has been called into question. Last year, the American Vice President, J.D. Vance, used his speech in Munich to criticise Europe. This time, the US will be represented by the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio. He was asked if his message would be more conciliatory.
I think they want honesty. They want to know where we're going, where we'd like to go with them. And I think it's at a defining moment. The world is changing very fast right in front of us. The old world is gone, and we live in a new era in geopolitics, and it's going to require all of us to sort of re-examine what our role is going to be. We've had many of these conversations in private with many of our allies, and they are our allies, and we need to continue to have those conversations.
The government is consulting on plans to ban vaping in cars carrying children, as well as in playgrounds and outside schools in England. Vaping outside hospitals and health facilities would still be allowed, but smoking would be banned. The first election in Bangladesh since the toppling of the authoritarian leader Sheikh Hasina in a student-led uprising in 2024 has been won by the right-of-centre Bangladesh National Party. The final distribution of seats in Parliament is yet to be announced, but media predict a landslide win, and the United States, India and Pakistan have sent their congratulations to the BNP. Our correspondent, Asadeh Mushiri, is in the Bangladeshi capital, Dhaka.
Tariq Rahman, the leader of the BNP, could be the next Prime Minister. In the last elections in 2024, he was in self-imposed exile in London. His party was boycotting the elections altogether. Thousands of their members and their supporters in jail. And yet now, thanks to that student uprising that ousted years of authoritarian rule under Sheikh Hasina, he could be the next leader of Bangladesh.
The Liberal Democrat MP who chairs the Commons Health Select Committee, Layla Moran, has called for the UK drug regulator to review warnings about medications which can cause impulsive behaviour as a side effect. A BBC investigation found that some patients taking drugs for Parkinson's disease and restless leg syndrome developed compulsive gambling or sexual behaviour. Ms Moran says warnings on medicines should state how common these problems are.
It's not just a side effect that affects an individual, it's affecting their families, their communities, it's creating new victims. But what does it mean, impulsive behaviours, and how likely is it that they could get it? At the moment, patients don't have that information, and without it, how can they be expected to mitigate it?
The medicines regulator, the MHRA, says it doesn't list the frequency of impulse control disorders because many people don't report them. And the Egyptian government says that archaeologists have uncovered a site of exceptional historic and artistic value in the Sinai Peninsula. The natural shelter features carvings and paintings on its rock ceilings and walls depicting animals, symbols and scenes of daily life from prehistoric times to the Islamic era. And that's the latest BBC News.
What would happen if something fundamental like salt, sleep or even rats suddenly disappeared from the world? No warning, no explanation, just gone. Now what? What's the immediate fallout? How does society cope? And how long will it take before things start to really unravel? Life Without, with me, Alan Davis, on Radio 4 and BBC Sounds. Starts this afternoon at 2:45.
This is BBC Radio 4. We're off to Westminster now, where MPs demanded answers about the delays plaguing the civil service pension scheme yesterday in Parliament.
Hello there, this is Sean Curran at Westminster. Over the next half an hour, I'll bring you up to speed with events here and at the Scottish Parliament. Coming up this morning, senior figures from the outsourcing giant Capita say sorry for the problems that have left thousands of retired civil servants waiting for their pensions.
If I can reiterate one last